Alright, so why don't you tell the people where you're from, man?
Hey, what's the deal, man? BG3. I'm from San Antonio, South Side, all the way to the Northwest. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised, born and bred.
Oh, so now that we have you here, and we're glad you sat down and did the interview with us, man. Because we're doing this, for San Antonio, trying to put San Antonio artists more on the map with everybody, because the word around town, that people don't come here to look for artists. So we're trying to put everybody out there and show them that there are good artists in San Antonio. There are talent in San Antonio as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your music and like who you're working with right now and stuff like that.
All right, well, personally, as an artist, just to begin with, as an artist, I like to feel I'm more on the lyrical poetic side, I'm more on the lyrical poetic side. Don't want to get too much to the politics, but it's on a deeper level. But I started off. I've been writing for a minute. I've been writing since I was about in about third grade. I started writing poetry, started writing essays and all that. But I took it to a different level. Besides journalism, I took it deeper. Like I said, I'm poetic. I got into Edgar Allan flow. So that's just one of the influences. But right now, I jumped in the game this year. Long story short, I was in a relationship where I wasn't able to progress in my music career, much less chase a dream. You know what I mean? So it's like now that I have that opportunity, I'm rocking with Rashid, which is 21st Century, which is he's Dope House Records. You know what I mean? And ever since I was a kid, a lot of people know SPM. Know the story, Dope House Records, and it's about loyalty to me. A lot of people ask me like, "Oh, what are you doing on the label? Did they sign you? Do they do this? Do they do that?" And to me, it's not about what they do for you as an artist, but what you do for the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what it's more about to me. You know what I mean? It's like just like in sports. You know what I mean? It's in anything. You know what I mean? It's like you could have a running back that gets paid $250 million, or he's the captain on the team, but he's not going to do nothing without the O-line in front of him. You know what I mean? So it's like that's more where I'm coming from, man. Like it's like it's a little name, it's a pretty good name, it's well known, in Texas and all over the country, in Dope House and Rashid. Rashid did his thing, Rashid did his thing, and like big salute to Rashid the General from 21st, man, give me the opportunity, It's just a dream come true just to be in the rap game, man. Not only I feel like I was always gonna be on Dope House, you know what I mean? That's just I always told myself as a youngster, like I'm gonna sign with Dope House Records, or I'm gonna sign with Rockefeller Records. You know what I'm saying? I know it's two different contrasts, but that was me. That's my style. You know what I mean? Like my style varies from coast to coast. You know what I mean? Like I get my inspiration from all of hip hop. So that's what it was, man. It's like and that's what I did. You know what I mean? I feel like if Carlos Coy wasn't in prison, I would have been rocking with Dope House regardless. You know what I mean? That's just me. And like I don't quit. I'm hard headed, and I don't stop. You know what I'm saying? So I get where I gotta go all the time. So it's like. And it's like I said before, we're doing this. I'm working with these people, not for the money or for the fame, but just to leave my mark in the hip hop game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing, man. That's what it's about, basically.
Let's touch on bases of San Antonio music. What do you think about the music scene in San Antonio?
See, that's kind of a trick question. That's a trick question because the music scene is pretty dead, man. I ain't gonna lie, be straight up. The music scene is dead. You got a couple of venues and a couple artists that they're not even most of them ain't well known outside of the city, but they do their thing. They got good music and they generated their circle, and they capitalized on it. But there's a couple of them only. Besides that, there's plenty of talent. There's a lot of talent in San Antonio. If you would ask me what do you think about the music, you know what I'm saying, instead of the scene, because it's two different things, you know what I mean? The music scene is the clubs and all this out there, and then, like I said, there's a couple of spots, there's a couple of promoters that'll bring a couple of artists, big names, you know what I'm saying, or from other states, they'll bring them, and they'll have other local cats that'll generate, a little buzz, and just to be completely honest, local cats are bringing the biggest local cat is gonna bring to a show, you know, like what, a couple hundred. You know what I mean? And that's the truth.
Yeah,
that's the truth, man. And if anyone else is there with them, like, you know, if let's say one of the major artists from here brings another major artist from Houston or from Cali, then they're gonna generate a bigger buzz. You know, of course, like, okay, let's say like who's one of the recent cats that come over here that generated a buzz? Cardi B. Cardi B came over. You know, she's gonna generate a buzz for her show. You know, but it's like when you want to attribute to the local scene, like, yeah, I've seen a lot of cats, and that's where it gets tricky because the rap scene is intertwined with the dope scene. And just to be honest, you know what I mean? There's a lot of artists that are, you know, I ain't saying their music's not good, but they're more dope boys than they are artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's more about the trap and the hustle than it is about the art and the hip hop. But I can't agree with nowadays the major scene with the trap and the mumble and the audio tune. I don't agree with none of that. And wearing skirts and all this and that. I don't agree with none of that. Can you knock their hustle? You can't knock their hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, you know? When you think about it from that perspective, but from the hip hop perspective, the music scene, it's kind of at a low, you know? It's like, I'm on a mission right now. I'm starting a union. I'm starting a union to where I get different artists, promoters, everybody, man. Everybody that's just down for the cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see the t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me, you know what I mean? It's like, you could be a barber, you could be a plumber, you could be a mechanic. Like, we'll build this whole network to where we all work together, we make money. But basically, where I want to start is with these shows. You got all these art. I personally, I won't say any names. I ain't throwing nobody out there. Like, I talk to people personally that I know. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's get us together first. Let's get our circle together, and let's start going to these shows. And let's link up with these other cats to go to these shows. And well, what's the plan? The plan is to get 30, 40, 50 people to a show. And as a union, whether you're an artist and you bring 5, 6 people, you bring 10 people, I bring 10, the other guy brings 12. You know what I'm saying? That's 4 people bringing 40 people. And, you know, I know the formula because, like I said, I talk to promoters, I talk to other artists that have been in the game for a long time. And the reason I've done this is because I've been doing my thing, and I see them doing their thing, and see me doing my thing, and I approach people, you know what I mean? That's the only way. You don't speak, you don't eat, you know? So I've been making a lot of moves, and I talk to promoters, and that's all it is on the scene is, hey, bring 40, 50 heads to the show, have them buy a bottle for them, have them drink some drinks, you know what I mean? And we'll show you love. You're going to get paid for bills. And the way I see it, the way a lot of people don't see it is like, hey, if you're an artist, you got 10 friends, you got 3 other artists and 7 friends, you're going to come see you. That's 10 people. If I do the same thing, 2 other people do the same thing at my show, and they're going to pay me for it, I'm going to give y'all each a bill. You know what I'm saying? Let's divide equally. A lot of people don't see it like that, you know what I mean? A lot of people, really, they just think it's impossible. I've talked to artists personally that I know pretty close. Artists that I know pretty close, artists that I don't know close. Man, it's never going to happen. The San Antonio scene is dead. I don't even want to perform here anymore. Yeah. And I'm like, and I get upset. I'm like, bro, it's dead because people like you. Like, let's get it going. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it unionized, bro. Yeah. Instead of saying I'm gonna sit on the couch or I'd rather go watch the McGregor and Mayweather fight than go to a show that night. Yeah. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. TiVo the fight and come to the show. Support your local artists. Support the local scene, and then it'll be good. It'll be all love. And that's just my mission, man. Like, like I said, I've been doing it for a minute, but this is my first year officially in the game, and I feel like I stay humble. I don't talk a lot, you know what I mean? I do my own thing. Yeah. But I could just tell by people, you know, giving me the thumbs up and the green light, and hearing from other local OG artists. You know, maybe they never blew up, but artists that are locally known and that have local, you know, hits in the streets, telling me that they've heard from other artists, not even from the city, or, you know what I mean, or people that I know. Hey, man, that guy BG3 is doing his thing, you know what I mean? He's like, I like what he's doing. I vouch for him, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, just like, you know what I'm saying, like I said, go back to the t-shirt, fuck with me. A lot of people are fucking with it, man, from different families. It's not even just 21st, you know? It's not even just the tone, like, man, I took a trip to Vegas, I took a trip to LA, you know, and it's just, that's what it's all about, man. And as far, like, I know I'm going off of the subject a little bit from the scene, but that's just part of it. And I've learned this, like I said, I learned a lot from, you know, I call them my OGs in the game. A lot of these artists are my age, but I learned it from them. Like, you know, you go out of town, a lot of times it's hard. It's hard to get love in the city, but that don't mean that you quit. You go out of town, you come back, you respect, and I know it worked. You know what I'm saying? I know I came back from Cali, I came back from Vegas, I came back from New Mexico, Colorado, and right off the bat, you know, people go in the inbox. People come call you like, hey, man, I see you out there. I appreciate what you're doing, and I respect that. Much love, you know what I mean? Let me know when you're doing the next cipher, freestyle cipher, or let me know when you're going out of town. I like to bring my team, and that's just like for everybody that has negative thoughts, and for everybody that wants to put on the back burner and say it's not gonna happen. I do the same thing with them. No negative thoughts, but hey, you can sit on the back burner while I get my fan coming through and we get it popping.
So how about you tell us who are some of the artists that you're working with here in San Antonio right now?
All right. Working with a lot of artists right now. I don't have a lot of music out, but a lot more what I'm doing right now is promoting and making those connections. And just from the music that I do have out, I have my first single out, and I'll start there with this, which what we spoke about before, Rashid, from the 21st General, Dope House Soldier. I made a track with him, and a little bit out of my element because we went to the studio, and I pride myself on writing everything that I do. And on this track, I got to give the props to Sheed because he wrote the hook, he wrote his verse. He basically wrote the hook, and of course he's gonna write his verse, But I usually write all my stuff. So he wrote the hook, and I rode with it. And after that, I put down my 2 verses. So shout out to Sheed for the first single, Nothing Is Something. It's gonna be on the track. It's gonna be on the album Edgar and Flow, coming out later this year or early 2018. But besides him, I have so many artists that are just that I'm waiting to work with, that I'm excited to work with, and others that have reached out to me. But just to name a few, like I'm planning, like I got my next single coming out with Marquise Ortiz and Mexican Trill from Tone City, and Third Coast Cartel. I got a track with them in the making. That's gonna be my next single called 21 Game, and that one's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope, and then they're fucking with me hard, and then before I even got in the game, because I've always been a fan of hip hop and local scene. Even before I got in the game, I always knew, it was like, if I'm gonna get in the game, these are the people that I'm gonna surround myself with. You know what I'm saying? If they want to work with me, they work with me. If not, you know what I mean? I'll keep moving on. But these are the people that I'm gonna watch, that I'm gonna follow and learn from, and that you admire and you respect their hustle, and you want to get to where they're at, and then you want to exceed that. It's just that's everyone's expectation in life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody wants to be a worker their whole life. You know what I mean? True. Everybody wants to be a boss. But so yeah, I got Rashid, Mexican Trill, Marquise Ortiz, and I've chopped it up with there's just so many that I have. O Capone, PJ Payroll, we got one in the making. There's just so many. I got artists that I'm starting my own little team. You know what I mean? These artists are less known, but these guys have been down since day one. My boy Neves, Cedro Acosta. Like those 2 cats have been down from day one. You know what I mean? My boy Xanax. Like these cats, no one's heard of them yet, but I plan to bring them with me. You know what I mean? And other artists. I'll stick to the bigger names that a lot of people know. More or less in the city. The Kid Boots. I plan on working with him. Like me and him, we already chopped it up. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on. I got my next 2 singles coming out. I got them coming on there. I got 2 videos I got to shoot. So I really, to be honest, on my first album, I don't want to have too many features, you know what I mean? I don't want to have too many features on my first album. Not only because I want it to be more about me, but because I don't want it to sound like everybody else's album in the city. Right now, I know whether it's off of love or I got to pay a little bit of bread, I could fuck with anybody in the San Antonio industry right now. And I have cats like that I want to work with that I already spoke to. Robbie Raps is doing his thing. I spoke to him, and he's just on some different stuff. And that's part of my my mantra, just to keep spreading like wildfire, and not just stick to the Texas scene, or the 21st guys. You know what I mean? Or not just stick to the South or the North or this and that. Like I want to really spread and be diversified and have all kinds of different sounds. So those are just a few names of people that I haven't worked with, but I've already spoke to and networked with, and it's just all love, off muscle, off top. Like, hey, I'm not even going to charge you for a verse. Like, if people are excited to get into the studio with you, because they see what you're doing, and like I said, I don't have much music out, but I have ciphers. I freestyle cipher every other Saturday, and that's just another aspect of hip hop that I feel that needs to be brought to light. You know what I mean? Brought to life, man. It's like a lot of people forgetting about it. A lot of people forgetting about the graffiti, the breakdancing, and cipher aspect of hip hop. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to stick to that, bring that back. But yeah, those are a few artists that, just to name other ones, Insane Loc I'm gonna work with. I spoke with Omega Sin, like just a lot of the cats that I respect that been doing their thing, man. And like And these cats, they're not just local, you know. Well, Vegas shit has fans in Uganda.
Yeah, I mess with Vegas, and he's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
I like his music.
Capone and PJ Payroll, Team La Familia, they're the reason we did a show in Vegas. You know what I mean? I planned to go to Vegas regardless, but the show didn't go together as I thought. I got a hold of Capone, and we started just by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying? You link up with people, and I was gonna go out there either way, and we hooked up with Capone, and they hit us up with the show out there, the Reggae Beach Bar in Las Vegas, Nevada. So who would have thought, I haven't been in the game but a year. I'm over here in Compton, flipping my merch and flipping my buddy's music, and we're over here in Vegas. I'm performing songs that I'm gonna have on my album, and people showing love. I rode in the limo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even about that life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bougie. I ain't none of that shit. Man. I'm from the South Side, San Antonio. Like the album art says, and the first track says, nothing to something. You know what I mean? Came from the bottom, man. But it's like I said, people show me love. Riding in a limo, free drinks, we're at the casino. Like, man, I feel like I'm in a movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like rock star life, man. But like I said, it's less about that, and it's more about like I said, about the love and getting the story out there, man. But people showing love, and I can't do much but just show the love back. You know what I'm saying? And well, really, the only reason they're showing the love is because since I came in, that's all I've been about. You know what I mean? Whether it's sharing on social networks, or whether it's going out and actually linking up in other states and across city lines with these artists, so they know you're for real. And when they see that, it's like, hey, this dude's on his P's and Q's. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about right now. So shout out to all the artists that I mentioned and the ones that I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who you are. Y'all know y'all fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? But those are just a few. But like I said, if y'all ain't on my first album, don't feel bad. You know what I mean? Because I'm not really trying to have too many features on my first album.